What's going on, guys? This is ZR Cinema, and welcome to Recap Saturdays. In our first bit of news, we have some really exciting news. I'm happy to say that Red Dead Redemption was leaked onto Xbox One's backwards compatibility feature. There has since been an update that stops users to be able to download Red Dead, and the only way you can play it right now is if you had a digital copy before the last update and play offline with no saves. I have to say I'm pretty excited about this news. Red Dead is one of the best games to have ever been created, and I'm happy to say that people say it plays just as smooth as the 360 version. So this game looks to be almost ready to be launched as a backwards compatibility title. I'm still concerned though. We still have yet to hear a statement from Rockstar concerning backwards compatibility on Xbox One. Unless I get an official statement from Rockstar or Microsoft that Red Dead gets a green light, then I'm still going to consider that we may not get Red Dead officially on Xbox One. But still, this is some really promising news. I would have loved nothing more to be able to play Red Dead on Xbox One. It could just be a matter of time until we see Red Dead official on Xbox One. Who knows? And some more exciting news. It looks like Titanfall 2 will have a single-player campaign. And this is some yes news. I've been really starting to get displeased with developers leaving single-player campaigns out of their games. One of the problems I had with Titanfall was the lack of anything to do after you unlocked everything. There just wasn't much to do. That game could have really benefited from some non-PvP style game modes. So to hear that Titanfall 2 will have some non-PvP style game modes makes me really happy. And Respawn, if you're watching this, which you aren't, I've made some suggestions for you for free. First of all, make a good story. It's really important that your audience is into the story. Don't make some mediocre generic story. Please make it interesting. And don't stop at story mode, give us plenty to do. Make a survival mode or something along those lines. Speaking of modes, make some interesting PvP modes as well. Make a mech versus mech mode, just go all out and make some crazy modes. Just make this game as interesting as fun as possible. I'm really looking forward to this game. Hopefully there will be more to do than on Titanfall 1. And this is some really interesting news for me. Amazon has launched a new game engine and a game tool called GameLift. From what I understand, GameLift is an online multiplayer support tool, and the game engine is also a free 3D engine. And this is really cool to me. Game development costs are getting pretty high, and to hear that a new game engine is free is very good news. Now, we have yet to see this engine in any real-world applications, but this seems pretty promising, and I want to see if this engine will produce any good games. And next up is a game that is coming out on consoles pretty soon. I have never heard of this game before up until now, but this game seems really cool. This game is called Screen Cheat. Now, a quick explanation. This game is an FPS where you have to screen cheat. I know it sounds silly and totally whack, but it works. And it works because enemies on the map are invisible. So in order to kill enemies, you need to screen cheat. The maps are also color-coded to make spotting enemies on the map easier. So yeah, this game sounds very interesting and fun to me. This game has already been released on PC back in October of 2016, but it's launching on consoles this March. I'm looking forward to this one, and I'll definitely keep my eye on it. Now this bit of news is ridiculous to me. Nintendo, back in 2014, developed a device that would measure your fatigue level from sleeping. I have to say, what the hell are you doing, Nintendo? Now, of course, this device has been put on the back burner, and development has stopped. But to even conceive something so unnecessary really has me dumbfounded. I don't need a device to tell me that I'm fatigued. I just want some quality games and an awesome console, Nintendo. It's stuff like this that really concern me about the NX. But we'll have to see. Please, Nintendo, stop with the gimmicks already and make a proper console. And this sounded a little odd to me, but still pretty cool. Street Fighter V on PlayStation 4 will work with the DualShock 3 controller. I'm not a huge fan of the DS3, but it's still nice to have the option available to play Street Fighter V with it. And this actually works really well for me because I don't have another DualShock 4 controller. So if I wanted to play split screen with a buddy, my DS3 would be a great substitute. So yeah, kudos to Capcom on this. This kind of thing makes me wonder why didn't Sony and Microsoft make all their controllers work on all their consoles. I'm not going to lie though, I won't be getting Street Fighter V at launch. I'll wait for a good sale to get this game, but still, It's great that Capcom is giving some love to the DS3. And they freaking did it. Treyarch added new weapons into supply drops. I have to say, I am pretty upset about this news. Treyarch said that supply drops were only going to be cosmetic, but nope. They just bent us over and gave it to us real hard. Okay, so it ain't that bad, but come on, Treyarch, why you do this? In all seriousness, though, Treyarch added 100 plus new items into the black market. Of those 100 plus items, 3 new weapons were added, and also 2 melee weapons. They added a World at War II style weapon called the X1 Gran, a crossbow-looking pistol, and a shotgun pistol. For the melee weapon, they added a crowbar and a sword. The new DLC weapons look pretty awesome, but again, the only way to obtain them is through supply drops, so be prepared to grind for crypto keys, or shell out some cash and hope that you get these weapons. Like I said, I am pretty upset that they gave us new weapons like this. You'd think that Treyarch would just include these weapons to the DLC pack, or let us buy them for a good price, but nope. They just left it down to RGN. You know, one thing that COD Ghost did right was to include these new weapons into DLC packs, and allow other players to pay cash for them if you didn't want to buy the DLC pack. I wish Treyarch would have followed suit, but I'm guessing that there's a huge amount of money to be made from supply drops. And even more disappointing news. Well, it could be disappointing. A new Sonic the Hedgehog movie is coming in 2018. Why, Sega, why? Please, just make good games. Please don't venture onto the movie land. This movie is reported to be a hybrid of animation and live action. Sega, when have you heard of a successful hybrid movie? Except for Who Framed Roger Rabbit, there are no successful hybrid movies. I just can't understand why Sega would do this. I have a strong feeling this movie is going to be horrible and it will damn Sega forever. So please, Sega, just scrap this and make awesome games, please. And Rockstar has released a new multiplayer expansion. They released 2 new cars, the Tommy gun, and a bunch of new clothing items. I have recently played and I got both new vehicles, although one of them already existed and was buyable on last gen on past Valentine's Day's update. There's the Albany Roosevelt and a new updated model that's pretty much the same thing. The new cars are a little bit pricey, but it's well worth the investment to buy these new vehicles. The reason why is that after this update is over, Rockstar will probably take the option away to buy these new cars, meaning that they will be impossible to get these cars by legit means. So yeah, you guys might want to get them. At least the Tommy gun. Can't wait to play Rocket League on Xbox One on the 17th? Well, I've got the solution for you. A fan on Halo 5 made a map where you can play a Rocket League-like game, using Halo 5's Forge mode, of course. And this is another story where creativity can be really awesome. Now, there is a difference though. Halo allows for up to 16 players to play at once, so these matches are more larger scale. This is just an overall cool and nice little substitution until the real Rocket League comes out on Xbox One. And it looks like Quantum Break is coming to PC. Also, if you pre-order now up until April 4th on Xbox One, then you get the PC version free of charge. This game will also have cross-save support, which means if you play on Xbox One, then your save will transfer across to PC, and vice versa. And this is some really awesome news. Anyone that says otherwise is a complete joke of a gamer. Phil Spencer was responding to some of these negative tweets about this news, and I have to say I am pretty surprised by some of these fools. How is it a bad thing that more people get to play a game? It just makes no sense to me that some people would even consider this bad news. Some folks even cancel their pre-orders and threaten to sell their Xbox Ones. And to those people I say good riddance. If you get butthurt over this news and leave Xbox One, then good. I don't want you to be part of my gaming community. It seems to me that more and more people are for their plastic boxes instead of for the games. Another thing that I wanted to note was that Phil Spencer also said on Twitter that cross-buy games might be more common on Xbox One. So this is great, and anyone that says otherwise is a complete joke. And for our last bit of news, a new Call of Duty is confirmed for 2016. Infinity Ward is up next, and I have a couple of suggestions for COD 2016. First of all, increase the time to kill in multiplayer. In COD Ghost, you just die way too fast. Also, don't do any of this jetpack boosting stuff. I think that all the boosting thrusting has run its course, so make this game boots on the ground. Also make good maps. It's vital that you make good maps that aren't stupid big. So yeah, those are my tips for you, Infinity Ward. Make a good Call of Duty. Alright guys, thanks for watching my videos. And have an awesome day.